Hello, everybody. Welcome to the summer edition. This is still season 2 of Sled Talk, where we love talking everything snowmobile. Now, there's a bunch of things that have been happening throughout the summer. Snowmobiling never really ends, even though the snow takes a little bit of time off. I guess it needs a vacation too.
Sure.
But, through this episode, Steve, we're going to talk about a number of things. What have we been up to?
Yep.
Some changes to snowmobiling laws in Minnesota. Something that's going on up in Yellowstone Park, low water fines, 200 sleds, and a few other things like that. We're going to intermix it with, a bit of fun and some, what would you say, jocularity?
Sure.
All right.
Or ranting.
Or a rant. Okay, I'm good with a rant every once in a while. So what have you been up to this summer? I mean, we haven't seen each other for, I'm going to say, 6 weeks?
I know.
7 weeks? I mean, I don't know. I started showering again.
Just been at the lake as much as I can be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too.
And then yard work around here, right? You get home from the lake, you do your yard work, you go back to the lake.
Yeah, I've been doing
And then
kind
when you
of the
take a
same
weekend off, you go, this weekend I'm going to hop in the Jeep and go visit all my buddies that I haven't seen all summer. And then something happens. Like your buddy's dog gets lost and you spend a whole day looking for it.
thing. Yes, I heard all about poor Sarge.
That was pretty traumatic.
Yeah, I'm glad he was found okay, happy.
Yeah.
Just hiding somewhere.
Yes, he was.
Yeah. I understand, you have also started a project with your boat.
Yeah, I have. I've got an old ski boat, 1978. I've had it for 40 years. And I'm taking the 115 Merc off. Well, it's off now. And I'm going to do a little repair work on the boat and then put a 150 Merc back on.
A 150.
Yes, sir.
So that boat was rated for a 65.
Actually, the plate says it's rated for a 50.
Oh, okay. I had that wrong.
Yeah.
So you
I
basically
think that's
tripled it.
I think that was a lie from the factory. There's no way it was rated for a 50, but that's what the plate says.
Okay, so with a 115 on it, and I remember years ago being out at your lake, and different guys were barefooting with a 115.
Yes.
Meaning that boat had to be going, 50 miles an hour?
40 plus miles an hour, yeah. Pulling a barefooter, yeah.
Yeah. Now with a 150.
Yeah. A lot of people have said, I'm going to die.
Yeah, well, and it's funny because I asked you, is it the same weight as
It's the
the
same
115?
weight. You don't have to go full throttle if you don't want to. You don't have to hammer down if you don't want to.
Yeah.
You can take it easy. But that boat did have a occasional death wobble with the 115 on it, so you got to watch out for that a bit. But it's just something to do. I'm old now. I'm probably not gonna try to go really fast all the time.
All the time.
Yeah,
just when you want to.
If it's super nice and calm, we'll see how fast we can go.
All right. Well, I got to say, I've had a bit of a summer myself, building the deck.
Right, your deck's pretty fancy.
Yeah, it's coming along nicely. We're down to the last little bits, waiting for the windows to come, finish the electrical, and it's pretty much ready to go. And then we move inside and start a year of inside renovation, so that's going to be keeping me busy.
When's the deck warming party?
It's coming.
Okay.
I don't know entirely. I'm going to say probably September-ish.
A fall? Oh, okay.
I don't know. We haven't really worked that out entirely, but Tanya's on top of that. She's working out the guest list. She's constantly bugging me about that. So.
Good.
Yeah, so we're going to have a deck warming party at some point and get out there and have a good time and maybe a couple beers with people. I mean, we've been known to do that.
Your yard is long enough to do some snowmobile drag racing.
Bring a couple. I mean, if the regular noise doesn't piss off the neighbors, what can I say? The neighbors have already pissed me off, and we'll get into that in a little bit.
We have never done that at your place because your yard is more than long enough.
It's never really, until now, it's never really been suggested. But, I'll get into where the neighbors got me a little worked up as we get into the episode, because I think it'll fit with one of your favorite conversations as we get going. But I wanted to talk about Minnesota. We got a lot of listeners and followers down in the Minnesota area, and sure appreciate getting feedback from all those good people. But they've had a law change, Steve. They have now set it up so that snowmobiles cannot have aftermarket exhaust systems on them. And it's a really ambiguous thing. Let me just see if I can find it here. I should have been more organized before we got into this. But they say as of July 1st, 2026, they are cracking down on excessive noise from snowmobile exhaust. They are specifically targeting aftermarket exhaust systems that produce sharp popping or crackling sounds. Now, who the hell thinks about or is the determiner of what is popping excessively or cracking excessively? Like, it seems so subjective.
You think it would just be a decibel law?
Yeah.
How many decibels, and you can't exceed it at a certain RPM or something?
So does the cop have to put down his breathalyzer, and then he's got to put down his radar gun, and he's got to dig around and find his decibel recorder,
Yeah.
and then he's got to kind of drive beside the guy and say, okay, crack your throttle now, so I can see if your decibels are too high. You know what I mean? Like, I understand the reasoning, and I'm sure people are complaining,
Yeah.
and I know that at 2 in the morning or midnight or middle of the night, doesn't matter, pick your time, if someone's going by your house and they're cracking on that throttle, it's annoying.
The problem with them is, because I have cans on my sleds too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not most, but it seems like the louder your exhaust is, the dumber you drive it.
Because you want to hear it.
I guess so, but you want to hear it, right? Like, I've snowmobiled my whole life. And for me to get annoyed by guys going up and down the field in front of my house, on the gas, off the gas, on the gas, at all hours, for me to get annoyed by that, I can only imagine what people who don't have snowmobiles or don't even care about snowmobiles, how mad they get, right? You got to have some common sense when you put a can on your snowmobile.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, if there's houses, just cruise by, get out of the area, you know, have fun out in the field somewhere else.
Right. Interesting. I went last night, first time ever, on the Sunday night cruise night here in the city. And I got stuck behind some guy in a diesel 4x4 pickup with the lift kit and all that. You know the type. And I guess he'd done some performance work and whatever else he's done to that motor. But this guy would just, honk on the throttle like it was a dirt bike or whatever, just to hear it crackle and pop.
Yeah.
And again, that's kind of the stuff that pisses people off. It suddenly brings out law enforcement.
Yeah.
And then the guys that aren't doing anything are suddenly going, this isn't great.
Yep.
You sit back and you think, why? Just so you can hear the pops? Like, go out on the perimeter. Do that somewhere else.
There's a place for it.
Yeah.
And have you noticed that how many times you read on Facebook where the question someone asks is, what's the loudest can I can buy? That's what they're looking for.
Yeah.
They're not looking for performance gains or weight, reduction or anything like that.
Well,
they want the loudest can they can buy.
So here's the problem. That I've run into at this point in life, Steve.
Yeah.
For me to be able to hear it, it has to be loud because I'm going deaf. Right? You know, years of ear abuse in 1,000 different ways, and so I guess if I want to hear it, I want a loud one. Not that I have any cans on any of my snowmobiles.
I don't think that's why they're doing it, but yeah.
I know, I'm totally joking. But getting back to this,
that law's becoming. I hear about it more and more, especially in the States.
Yeah.
Does Canada have any of that yet?
Not that I'm aware of. I could do a little research and look it up.
There was a guy on Facebook just the other day asking about jetting. What's jetting to make with a can? And I said, you don't have to change any jetting or anything. But my advice to him was check with your local authorities to make sure you can legally have a can.
Yeah. Well, it says any snowmobile operated, offered for sale, or sold in Minnesota must have an exhaust system that does not emit or produce a sharp popping or crackling sound.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Again, too subjective.
Yeah.
So, good luck with this one.
It could just say not aftermarket, period.
Yeah, well, and this is the problem, and I ran into this in business over the years. The people that write the laws aren't necessarily the people involved in the industry.
Right.
They mean well, but they have no idea what they're doing.
That's true.
And so I wonder if that's kind of the case here.
It must be.
Yeah. Anyway, enough of that. But another interesting thing that's come up is Yellowstone Park. We've talked about that in the past, right?
Yep.
They are doing this and have been doing this since 2013, Steve. They have a lottery every year from August 1st to August 31st that allows people to apply for a permit to ride in Yellowstone Park without a guide.
Oh, yeah.
So I guess more often than not, basically to keep these people alive, they have guides and all that sort of thing because of the mountains.
Keep them out of places they're not supposed to go. Yeah, for sure.
And all of that. Now, there's a couple things that go with this. One of them is you have to have must possess a state-issued driver's license. So if you're not from, Montana or wherever they are, if you don't have a Montana driver's license, are you not eligible? And you have to take a course. Permit holders are, where does it say it here? Look at me bumbling around. No, that's not it. But you have to take basically you have to take a course on how to ride in Yellowstone and have that course certificate with you as well to apply. You have to be a minimum of 18 at the time of your ride.
Yep.
And it's only for 3 days. So it's not a season-long permit.
Can you take a two-stroke?
It has to be.
Does
it
it?
has to meet the park's new best available technology standards.
So you're taking a four-stroke.
Meaning that they don't actually have a set standard. So that if there is a newer or better program exhaust system, kind of back to the Minnesota thing, you name it, you have to meet whatever the best is for EPA because they're keeping the park clean, and I don't blame them. So, it's a beautiful place. I've been there.
Could you imagine? They're hiking on the trails and some guy with a can. Whack, 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 whack.
Got a herd of buffalo chiefs running down. Yeah, and out comes the wolf and bites him in the ass. So, anyways, you know what? I think it has. Whatever. I'm not going to go there. But you know what? You need to have basically a stock sled.
Probably a four-stroke.
Probably a four-stroke.
Or I guess,
an e-sled.
Yeah, the new e-sled. That's for those things would shine.
Yeah, absolutely. So, with all of that in mind, there's opportunities. And if people drop out, they do allow people to jump in and try and grab a permit, but you got to be paying attention online. So, there are opportunities if you don't make the lottery. But I thought that was a really cool idea. If you're, say you've been there 20 times with your pals over the years, you know where you're going, you know what you're doing, you don't need a guide anymore. I mean, if I was going with you and we didn't have a guide, we'd both be dead. And by the time we got just out of the parking lot.
Yeah, but if you're going with a group of people and you can go as a group with a guide and you're staying with your buddies, wouldn't that be more fun? Like if you win this lottery, you're just one person who wins the lottery?
No, I think it's a group.
Okay.
I think you go as a group.
Okay, that makes more sense. But
yeah. But I guess you have one person in the group. They don't really talk about, and I didn't dive into how many people can go or whatever, but
right.
Anyways, once you've got your ticket, away you go, right?
Right. Okay, that's neat.
Yeah, kind of a neat idea.
Yep.
But I mean, for us who are mountain rookies in a big way.
I have no interest in going into the mountains.
Yeah. Well, I think it'd be kind of cool. I think they have a lot of trails that aren't that really steep stuff.
I would go on trails in the mountains, but I'm not climbing mountains and jumping off cliffs and getting into avalanche areas.
If you don't have the right sled,
you're
begging for trouble. Yeah. And you know what? You can. I've said 1,000 times. You know what? I can go buy the nicest set of golf clubs in the world. I'm not Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I can buy the right sled for this.
I think we're past the age of that too, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
You see the pictures of those stuck machines? Could you imagine trying to dig one of those out? We'd all be lying there dead.
Oh no, you just call a helicopter.
Yeah.
I'll just pay for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure. So, over the last year, and even this year especially, because we've had a really dry summer again. So the forest fires and all the problems that we've been having with forest fires, and just the fact that it's so dry. And the only day that it's rained, I'm going to say, in the last 6 weeks is today as I drive out to your place, is the water levels have been dropping all over the place.
Yep, our lake's pretty low.
And so what's been going on is people, as these places are drying up, are finding snowmobiles and ATVs and all kinds of crazy stuff. And it's really neat because there was a whole place in Hungary, if you can imagine, that found an old Nazi motorcycle.
Oh, yeah.
It was in the lake there.
Yeah.
But right now in Colorado, boy, this has been a really American show today so far. But in Colorado, in Green Mountain Reservoir, they are at historic lows, and apparently the water has dropped, 20 or 30 feet? Like, they're down to 20% of full.
Yeah.
And they're finding ATVs and sleds and all this stuff, and I imagine most of them are junk. Like, there's not too many people that can drop a snowmobile in the bottom of a river and pull it up and fix it up and get it going again.
Can I tell you a quick story?
100%.
Okay. I watch a show called Fab Rats.
Okay.
When Lake Powell was really low, there was a million people doing videos on Lake Powell, and it was pretty amazing, the boats they were finding and stuff. These guys hauled a big V8 powered big V8 powered boat that they found on the bottom. Hauled it home, got permission, hauled it home, fixed it all up, got it running, and gave it back to the owners. It had been sunk for 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, but you know what it's like to have a snowmobile on the bottom of a river.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. If you get it out fast enough, you're okay.
Except for the seat.
Except for the seat, yeah.
The seat remained rock hard every winter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I had to replace the seat, but everything else was good.
Yeah, everything else was good. It ran for many more years after that.
Yeah.
So you might, if you pulled it out, if it was down there for a year, you might have a chance.
Maybe. You'd be surprised. You know what? I was out fishing with my brother-in-law a couple weeks ago. He pulled up a set of sunglasses, and the fact that you could almost still clean them was kind of cool. But if it had been, I'll say, another week or two later, it'd have been so covered in crap you would never have done that. But you know, where I go fishing, like this is now, he's pulled up sunglasses, we've pulled up hats, we've pulled up full fishing rod.
Oh yeah, I got one of those once.
Yeah, and the fishing rod actually I still use to this day, but the reel fell apart in like 3 weeks after we pulled it out. I'd cleaned it and put it all, but it just disintegrated.
Pulled a fishing rod out of the Red River and used it for many years after.
Yeah, so the rod itself worked good.
We bought a big fancy fishing magnet for hauling around behind our boat this year.
Oh yeah,
it's good for like 15,000 pounds or something.
Fishing magnet.
Magnet. They call it a fishing magnet. It's just a magnet that you throw in the water to. It's a big deal in the States. They catch a lot of things. So far, we've found like 20 cents and a bunch of fish hooks with it.
You're gonna have to show me this. This is really cool.
It's capable of lifting, they say, like 15,000 pounds.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, everything cool like snowmobiles and motors are aluminum.
Yep.
But that's the idea behind it.
There's some steel.
In the States, these guys will go when like you go into a sketchy city and you go near a bridge, and they're finding bicycles and guns and all kinds of stuff, just throwing these magnets off the bridge and pulling them back in, dragging them along. They're pretty neat. They're kind of, I think it'd be fun, but not much in Lake Metagosh.
Well, years ago, my uncle was a city cop, and they had to go down to the Red River one time off of the Alexander docks and pull out a stolen car that they know had gone into the water.
Yeah.
So they go in, hook up, pull it out. Wrong car.
Oh God, I can only imagine.
Yeah. So they went in, found the car, hooked it up, pulled it out. Wrong car.
Yeah.
Third try, they got it.
Yeah.
And just recently in the Red River up near Selkirk area, there was a guy, what do they say, a water salvage place. And they'd found 5 or 6 cars, and they were going to be yanking them out, you know, as just kind of a restoration. I think they were doing it free of charge. I can't even remember, but they got to keep whatever they yanked.
Yeah.
But
People
so
make YouTube channels off of doing stuff like that, and they do it for free because they make enough money off views and stuff, pulling out cars and all kinds of crap. They have to end at boat launches. You know?
You're gonna have to show me this magnet, though. That's
it's a cool magnet. It's a neat magnet.
I could see myself.
I mean, you gotta find. I mean, you gotta find some place where there's something good to get. Like I said, we found the first time we ever threw it in the water, we got a dime, and we're like, all right.
Yeah, we got 10 cents.
Yeah.
Woohoo! Put that towards the cost of the magnet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, you know what, Steve? You said to me when we talked about doing this episode, you said, I need to talk about 200 sleds. And I thought you were talking about that scammer in Wisconsin and that big auction that he's had. And I took a good hard look at that auction.
There was a lot of really cool stuff.
There was some really cool stuff, but nothing I wanted.
And the prices were insane.
High?
When they sold? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I didn't look. I just kind of gave up on it when I realized there was nothing there that I wanted. I was looking for 79 TXL.
Yeah.
Guess what?
None there?
None. They had some racing sleds, oval
A
sleds
lot
that
of
were
racing
of that
sleds.
era.
Some of those sold for over $100,000. Holy shit. Yeah.
Yeah. You think about it. But that wasn't what you were referring to.
No, I was referring to 200cc snowmobiles.
Okay. Well,
I put a post on my page just for fun saying that Polaris Indy 200s were built by Arctic.
right, which they are.
They are, and actually so are Skidoo MXZs, I learned. And I was just having some fun because it
So
was.
what about Yamaha?
Yeah, Yamaha snow scoots. But they're gone now. But
Yeah,
they were all the
totally
same.
joking.
And the Arctic ZR 200s is the machine. So I was just having some fun with the fact that a Polaris was built by Arctic. And half the people went along with that topic. But then people got into the whole 200cc machines being out there to save our sport. You know, the economics of one dealer building all the snowmobiles. I thought it was sad that there was no individuality between the brands, and people took that the wrong way and started defending the fact that it was all economics.
Right.
To build a snowmobile like that, one manufacturer to build for everyone made more sense, and I agreed it did, but I still said I thought it was sad.
You know what I'll say to that before you continue on? First off, talk about a great opportunity for Arctic
Oh, yeah.
to have some revenue, which will help sustain the brand.
Yeah, and I don't imagine they do sell a lot of them, so it makes perfect sense. But it's still sad.
Yeah.
So a fellow made a point of saying, why not? Because these things are like $8,500.
Right.
You know, why not just buy your kid a full-size machine like a Enticer 250 or 340 or something as it for a Yamaha one, right?
Yeah.
And just limit the throttle and get them started on that, and then you can speed it up eventually, and they can ride it for years.
Yep.
And you could. He said for the price of one of these new machines, you could buy 2 or 3 of those.
Right.
And I had to
right.
agree. I had to agree with that. And a lot of people came back saying that was short-term thinking because if a kid goes out and has a bad experience on an old snowmobile, then they won't want to ride anymore. And that these new machines were the only way to build a sport, you know, and keep kids out there, because if a kid doesn't have a good experience, they're out of it.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, that's kind of ridiculous, because I was saying to you, we don't know one person. We've been riding for like 45 plus years.
Right.
We do not know one person who actually bought their kid a new snowmobile, a new kid snowmobile.
No, not nobody.
We started on old junk, full size.
Yep.
We learned to ride them. We learned to fix them.
The
Fixing
important-
them was a huge part of it.
And the important thing that you touch on there is we learned to ride them.
Yeah.
Because they were so unstable.
Yeah.
You actually had to learn to throw your weight
Yeah.
and, you know, judge your corners for, you know, because they just wouldn't turn. You really learned how to ride a snowmobile riding that old stuff.
Yeah, for
and,
sure.
and I bought, if you remember, the old Indy Sport for my kids. Well, for my son, I mean, for my daughter, I got a 120.
How much did she ride that, really?
Oh, she rode that thing a fair amount.
Did she?
Like,
Okay,
oh yeah,
okay.
yeah. You know, we used to take it out to the lake, and she'd zip around on the
Okay,
lake
yeah.
with it. But I mean, not as much as, you know, when she kind of graduated up to that sport.
Yeah.
But it was the same thing. I put a throttle block on there so that they could only go a certain amount of speed.
Yeah.
And they learned how to ride.
Yeah. I think, and this one fellow was saying that, you know, you can't explain to a kid why their snowmobile's broken and they can't go riding today. Things like that.
nonsense.
But I think it's nonsense. I think starting them out with brand new snowmobiles, and they start out on a 120, they go to a 200, they've ridden brand new snowmobiles their whole life, they never had problems with them. And then they get old enough to, their parents say, go buy yourself a snowmobile. And they got to buy a used one.
Yeah.
And they have not got a clue how to fix it.
Yeah. So the kid with the brand new snowmobile, does he have a wall full of participation awards?
Probably.
You know what I mean? Like, he's never had someone say no to him?
You know, I mean, if you can afford a brand new one, fine. But I think it's wrong to say that's the only way to get kids into the sport. Our machines broke down all the time, and like I was saying to you the other day, if there was 5 of us going for a ride and only 4 of our machines started, then one guy got doubled for the day.
Right.
And we didn't quit riding; we loved riding. And everybody that I know as a kid is still riding. And all our machines were full-size beaters to start
Right.
with.
Absolutely.
You know?
And we learned how to fix them.
Yeah, you had to learn how to do a little work on them.
You know,
and-
because our parents weren't doing it.
No.
And it created a bit of a camaraderie of us in somebody's shop.
If somebody's
fixing-
machine was broken, you wanted to go riding, everyone was on it trying to get that guy out for the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all worked together, learned a lot about mechanics, and,
Yeah.
and just created a bucket load of memories.
Yep. So, I mean, I think there's definitely a place for those new machines, but to say that's the only way you can get the sport to grow, the sport was a lot bigger when we were younger, too,
Sure
than it is now,
Yeah.
on old junk. And there were kids with snowmobiles available then.
Right.
None of us had them, right?
Yeah. Well, you remember earlier in the episode, I made a comment about my neighbor and how they kind of pissed me off, right? And I
Yeah.
said, you know what? I'll talk about this later in the show. Well, now is the time.
Okay.
So what happened this summer is big wind came through, tree fell down, crossed the wires, neighbor's yard, neighbor's tree, took out the power in my house for 3 days.
Oh,
3 days. I'm at the lake.
okay. I didn't know that.
So-
That's awful.
Yeah.
Oh,
So my neighbor and my brother-in-law together took shifts filling the gas tank
Oh,
on my
yeah.
generator and
Yeah,
keeping everything rolling because I got that transfer switch. So everything's, you know, I didn't lose anything. Fridges stayed running, you know, septic and water, everything was working fine. Not a problem. But here we are now. The power's been back on for 3 weeks, and that tree is still laying exactly where it fell.
oh yeah.
Now this guy has 2 kids that are 16 and 17 years old, boys.
Right.
Do you think that either of those kids have cleaned up a thing? Do you think the parents got out there and said, get out there and clean that up?
Yeah.
If that had happened when we were kids,
Oh, I know.
you know?
your dad would have said, you get out there and cut that tree. And then you would have invited over your buddies to do something fun and said to them, hey, before we can do something fun, we have to cut this tree.
Yeah,
and then we would have had to been cutting the tree.
Yeah, and you would have all done it, and I would have made sure that you were happy doing it.
Yeah, okay.
You know, I mean, that was perfectly the way to do it.
No, I know it's different for sure, but I mean...
But you know what? Here's the thing. Parents look at you, and they go, yeah, but he won't like it. And you go, so what?
Yeah.
I didn't like getting told to cut the grass or weed the garden or whatever jobs my parents gave me.
Right.
You know, I didn't like having to get on the phone and find all you guys and get you over to my place to do my chores for me. I didn't like that at all. But I did it.
Yeah, you did.
You know, I made it happen.
So what you're saying is you were fine not having a brand new snowmobile that would never break down.
Yeah.
Because you weren't a little baby.
No.
You were okay?
Yeah,
we were, you know what?
Because we learned to work for what we had.
We learned how to tow a snowmobile home safely.
Yeah.
You know?
We learned how to, you know, on the snowmobiles, like you said, when 5 guys are going out and one of them's broken, how to pull that guy on a saucer. Or,
oh, yeah.
You know?
Well, that was the thing. Sure, you always were pulling a saucer or something for somebody.
Yeah, because his sled was broken.
Yeah,
you got to sit back there.
I thought it was just weird. There were so many people defending the fact that you could not disappoint a kid or he would not stay in the sport. He absolutely had to never break down. Mm-hmm. It had to be ready to go every time he wanted to ride it. And then I started thinking, well, where are they riding them? Like, they're not going very far. They're not, you know, it's not like you're going out with a kid and doing 200 miles and you should have a brand new snowmobile.
Right.
You know, so I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I just think you can definitely spend $1,500, buy a snowmobile, put your kid on it.
I agree.
Let them go out, have fun with it, limit the throttle a bit. My cousin's son learned to ride on a 500 CCL Tiger. Mm-hmm. We just made sure he couldn't go that fast right off the hop. You know?
Absolutely. And here's the other thing that you can be doing. Whereas, like I say, our dads let us buy the snowmobiles, which we did with our whatever money we got from wherever we got it at the time.
That's true. We were pretty much
that.
buying our own snowmobiles too. Yeah.
You know, and we were kind of left to our own, you know, things. But our dads did step in at times. But these days, if you want to do something with your kid, here's an opportunity to get out in the shop between rides, share some experiences. You know what? Between the pair of you, you're looking for parts, you're trying to figure out how to fix this or take it apart, figure out how to put it back together. It becomes more of an activity than just the ride. And then when it's running, you know, when your sled was broke and then it started running, what's the first thing you wanted to do?
Go for a ride.
Go for a ride.
Yeah, follow up your buddies and go for a ride.
Yeah.
And it's not like they were broken. I mean, ours were real beaters.
Yeah.
You know, 69 Panther, whatever you
I had that Olympic, I had that Mercury, whatever that thing was.
I mean, those were just a couple $100 beaters.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whereas $1,500 would buy you something that chances are, if you maintain it at the beginning of the year, it's going to run for you all year.
For the most part.
Yeah. Anything can happen, sure, but
yeah.
I just feel sorry for a kid who's never had a problem with a snowmobile his whole life and suddenly has to go buy his own and realizes that he can't afford new and,
yeah.
I don't know how to fix anything on it.
So what you're saying is instead of spending $8,500 on a 200cc sled, spend, say, $1,500 on memories.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Is that a better way to
yeah. Way more memories.
Yeah.
And the thing was just you can't disappoint it. It just shocked me how you can't disappoint the little guys with their snowmobile not running that day. Or they're just going to abandon the sport.
Oh, yeah, I'm not happy.
They're going to go back in the house and play on their Xbox or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I mean, they don't want to cut the grass. They don't want to do the dishes. They don't want to weed the garden either. But it all has to get done.
Yeah.
Right? And letting them play on their games while you're doing all the work is not right. I don't believe.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So I don't know how my whole thing got onto that. Like, got switched over to that gear, but it did.
That was me taking it somewhere.
No, I mean, the whole, I just put a little post about making fun of Polaris and went into all kids growing up on snowmobiles and riding. And there was one guy that made that comment, and he did a very nice thing about riding it up. And he got just kind of, not torn apart, but just like, how bad of an idea it was to, why would you put your kid on a used snowmobile and take them out there and disappoint them and abandon the sport forever.
Total nonsense,
I agree.
my friend. Total nonsense. Now, I know that we're in the summer season, and I didn't prep you with, Steve, are you going to get a tech tip together? So I am dropping this on you right out of the sky right now just to watch you dance on the frying pan.
Well, I just got to go to pre-seasons.
Okay.
Well, it's going to be September soon.
Yeah, very soon.
And then, another month is October. Mm-hmm. How did you prep your snowmobiles for the summer? Did you run them once in a while? You know, whatever. But it's anytime now I can start thinking about pulling them things in and getting them up on a lift and going through them and checking them out and you know, cleaning the carburetors if it's carbureted and make sure it's ready to go for winter.
Yeah,
That's
all that stuff. Grease it up.
Grease it up and give it a real good look. Real good. Clean it.
Yeah, for
Clean
sure.
every inch of it, and you'll find everything that's every little wheel that's needs a bearing or anything, right?
Yeah, well, I'm going to tell you, for the next 6, 8, maybe even 12 weeks, dealers aren't interested in snowmobiles right now. They're doing boats.
Yeah,
the
boats,
winterizing, whatever. They're just not interested. So if you want your sled ready to go, you should get out there and have a look at it yourself. If there's something you can't do yourself, you know what? You're going to have to make your appointment and get it in. I understand
But you'll
that.
be ready for it, right?
Yeah, you're ready for it. You're not surprised when the time comes.
Yeah.
You know, at least you're in the queue.
Yeah. If you need a part, windshield, gas gauge, anything like that, get it ordered now.
Right.
You know, get ready.
Yeah, for sure. So, Steve, Sled Talk has really grown over the last couple of years. We're going to be coming into season 3 this fall.
Right.
And it has really taken off. And I really appreciate everybody that jumps in and says hello, adds comments, does whatever they do, whether it's on the Facebook, the YouTube, listening to the podcast, and all the other social medias that we're on, from TikTok to Instagram to all of that stuff. I really appreciate that. But what's happening now is we have people that are wanting to sponsor the show, get some advertising. And so I'm going to put it out there that anyone that's interested in sponsoring the show should get in touch with us. And, you know, especially they can find you fairly easy, but you can reach us through any of these social media things. Send us a direct message, and we can send you a sponsorship package. We're really growing this thing, and it's an opportunity for you to grow your business.
Right.
So, Steve, snowmobiling is all about performance. And Performance Supply is all about making sure that you have a great snowmobiling season. Thanks for joining us today,
Thank you.
and we'll talk to you soon.
Yep.